What's poppin'? What's going on YouTube world? My name is Ghiman Mckinney. I appreciate you guys for watching this video today. Be sure to smash this like button right about now, as it does help these videos get out to the public and the channel to grow overall. Subscribe to my channel if you're new as well. I do post a ton of great sports videos weekly, and almost every single day if I can, and turn on post notifications too, so you don't miss a single one of those videos that I post. It's only right, you guys. Let's talk about this guy, Mitch Trubisky. And as far as my thoughts on Mitch Trubisky, I don't think he's the worst starting quarterback in football. I think he's average, sometimes below average. Bottom line, I don't think he's anything special. And to me, the Chicago Bears, they made a major mistake drafting him in the first place. They never should have drafted Mitch Trubisky. I'm not sold on Trubisky right now. Nothing he's done in the NFL has shown me that I should be sold, and nothing in college showed me that I was going to be sold on him as being better than Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes. I never thought it. I never sensed that Mitch Trubisky would be that guy. And I'm not a big numbers guy, but Mitch Trubisky's in his third year starting, okay? So he's been in the league 3 years. Usually when quarterbacks hit that third year starting, you kind of get a sense of what they are. You know, when you get to year 3, year 4, year 5, if you don't see those flashes from a quarterback, it's a bad sign, because that's probably what they are. You know, we saw early from Aaron Rodgers, third season starting, won a Super Bowl. We saw early from Russell Wilson, a great winner time he got into the league. We saw Patrick Mahomes, first year starting, 50 touchdown passes. We saw Deshaun Watson, what he did his rookie year. We saw Tom Brady be calm and poised his first go around in the Super Bowl in his first season. In Tom Brady's first season starting, we saw he may have not been the most skilled player at that time, but he had those intangibles. We saw Dak Prescott. Even Dak Prescott, as much bash and heat as I give Dak Prescott, he showed flashes in his rookie season, and he showed some flashes throughout his career. I just don't see the flashes with Mitch Trubisky. And by the time by the time you get to someone's third, fourth, and fifth season as a quarterback, that's what they are. It just is the reality. And again, I'm not a big numbers guy, like I said, but Mitch Trubisky, 32 career games, 9 of those games, in only 9 games out of 32 games he's played, he's thrown multiple touchdown passes. Let me put in context how bad that actually is. Okay, Deshaun Watson last year had 8 multiple touchdown pass games. Patrick Mahomes last year all alone had 14 multiple touchdown pass games. So Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes in only one season have trounced the amount of production as far as multiple touchdown games that Mitch Trubisky has for his entire career. That's sad, okay? And I'm not going to blame all of Mitch Trubisky's failures on him, because I do think Matt Nagy, the Bears head coach, has not adjusted to Mitch Trubisky's skill set. He's not done the things that he's not gone to and drawn up plays that fit what Mitch Trubisky loves to do well, at least not consistently. But I will make the argument that Matt Nagy probably doesn't know what Mitch Trubisky's strengths are. I mean, I gotta ask the question, what does Mitch Trubisky do well? I want to know. He doesn't do anything well, in my opinion. I'm sorry. Mitch Trubisky's just not that guy. Have you ever been to a tutoring session and you're just flat out lost? And you may go to a great tutor, but if you don't know the basics, like if you don't know your basic addition, subtraction, multiplication, it's going to be pretty hard for you to excel in calculus 2. It's going to be pretty hard for you to excel in statistics. Same with, science, history. If you don't know the basics of history or science or the basics of chemistry, it's going to be really hard for your teacher or your tutor to start from scratch with you if you need help. And that's really the situation I see with Mitch Trubisky and Matt Nagy. Matt Nagy is actually, in my opinion, drawing up some creative plays and drawing up some creative stuff. But Mitch Trubisky doesn't do the basic things right. He misses easy, and I mean easy throws. I've not seen too many quarterbacks miss easy throws as much as Mitch Trubisky does. He misses layups. He doesn't do the simple things right. There's too many errant throws. There's too many throws where he air mails a wide receiver, throws behind them, underthrows them, overthrows them. I mean, it's just all over the place with this guy. He at times doesn't even see open wide receivers. He doesn't throw the ball enough on time. The wide receivers are there. He doesn't throw the ball in the right location. He just doesn't wow me as a quarterback. He just doesn't. And you're very limited to what you can call with Mitch Trubisky. I really would be interested to see how Matt Nagy would be viewed in the league if he had Deshaun Watson, if he had Patrick Mahomes. Two quarterbacks the Bears could have drafted over Mitch Trubisky. I think he would look a lot better if Deshaun Watson was on the Chicago Bears with that defense, because let's not forget, guys, that Bears defense won, the Bears last year, they won 12 games, and Mitch Trubisky was, it was okay. If they get Patrick Mahomes level production, if they get Deshaun Watson level production out of their quarterback last year, they probably would have won the Super Bowl, or at least gotten there, or at least been a contender this year. They wouldn't be below 500 right now. And if it's 3rd and 10, I gotta ask Bears fans a question. I gotta ask NFL fans a question. Do you trust Mitch Trubisky on 3rd and 10 when it's an obvious passing situation to deliver for you? I don't. I just don't. He's just so limited as a passer. And again, I'm not going to call him a bust quite yet, because maybe next year he takes that leap. But if I'm the Bears, I got to see this thing early. I don't think he's going to be that good. I really don't. And I really felt the Bears should have went after Matt Ryan. I really felt the Bears should have went after Cam Newton or Nick Foles, because I think that those quarterbacks are better than Mitch Trubisky. And guys, defenses do not last forever. Everyone thought the Legion of Boom was going to be the next dynasty. You do realize they got one Super Bowl, right? That Legion of Boom defense with an elite quarterback in Russell Wilson got one Super Bowl. So these defensive dynasties do not last forever. And defenses can be very year to year. You know, you might have some injuries. You might have, some elite quarterbacks you go up against. So defenses, they vary from year to year more so than offenses, okay? But one thing about your defense is if your offense is terrible, they'll probably put up with you for about a year and a half or a year. But if they know in their heads that they're going to have to be spectacular every game as a defensive unit, when they know they're going to have to hold Aaron Rodgers to 10 points, and then they lose this year, aka the Bears held Aaron Rodgers this year to 10 points, and they lost. I mean, that's amazing. When's the last time I've seen Aaron Rodgers been held to 10 points and he wins? That's crazy. When you know you have to hold Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes to under 13 points in order for you to have a chance to win, that defense is going to put up with it for about a year, but then they'll quit. I've seen that with the Bears this year. They quit on their offense and Mitch Trubisky, in my opinion. They've just thrown the towel. They said, we can't get any help. Where's our help? Why do we have to bail out the team every week? So I just don't see any wow moments for Mitch Trubisky. Where's the moment or the game where I'm sold? I mean, he threw 6 touchdowns versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but that's the only thing that I've seen him do. I mean, I was sold on Deshaun Watson out of college immediately. But I'm gonna stick to the NFL right now. When I saw Deshaun Watson go against Bill Belichick and light him up and almost beat Bill Belichick his rookie year in Foxborough, I knew Deshaun Watson was the real thing. When I saw him go against the Legion of Boom and put over 400 yards versus them, I knew he was the real thing. I've seen Kyler Murray with flashes this year. I've seen Daniel Jones show flashes this year. Baker Mayfield last year, I saw the flashes. Andrew Luck, Aaron Rodgers, the elite quarterbacks. You see it in about the first 3 games they played. Patrick Mahomes, the first 3 games he played, you knew that guy was going to be good. Aaron Rodgers, same thing with him. And when you make a risky move, like let's say you want to drop out of college, okay? That's fine. That's totally fine. That's fine. I'm not trying to drop out of college. I like it here at college. I think that college is going to benefit me for the future. But, we've seen Bill Gates. He didn't go to college. Steve Jobs didn't go to college. Oprah Winfrey didn't go to college. So, if you want to make a risky move, that's fine. But you better make it work. And you better have a plan. Because if that plan doesn't go well, you're screwed. You are screwed. And the Bears made a choice. They made a risky decision, in my opinion, on draft night. They drafted Mitch Trubisky, a guy who they passed on Deshaun Watson, who had 3 years of starting in college and was really, really good, was second in the Heisman voting twice, and saw Nick Saban's defense twice and destroyed them every single time and won a national championship. Not to mention he's mobile, a good kid, and doesn't get into trouble, and a great leader. And Dabble Sweeney called him the Michael Jordan of football. They passed on that guy for a guy out of North Carolina, a guy that played in the same conference as Deshaun Watson, and for 1 year was okay, but only started 1 year. Wasn't Deshaun Watson's level at all. And they also passed on a guy, Patrick Mahomes, who was scoring points left and right, but his team was just trash. His defense was trash, so he didn't win. But you could clearly see the tools and the traits that Patrick Mahomes had. That's one thing about when you're evaluating players, you gotta look at the traits. And you could see clearly that Patrick Mahomes had an NFL arm from day one. You knew that guy had a cannon for an arm. You knew he was gonna have a strong arm. And you knew that if he gets the right head coach and he gets the right system, the sky's the limit for this guy. I never saw that with Mitch Trubisky. I never saw it. And the Bears made that risky decision. The decision of the caliber to drop out of college. They made that risky decision to trade up one spot. They were so confident in Mitch Trubisky that they traded up one spot. Gave up the 3rd overall pick, the 67th overall pick, the 111th overall pick, and a 2018 third rounder. They gave up all that to guarantee we're going to get Mitch Trubisky, and he's going to be our franchise quarterback, and we're going to pass on Deshaun Watson, who beat Nick Saban in the national championship, who balled out all 3 years, and we're going to pass on Patrick Mahomes, who has generational arm talent. For a guy out of North Carolina that, didn't start for all 3 years of college except his senior year, and he wasn't all that great. Really? And again, that's fine. If you want to be that team, that's fine. You saw the New York Giants. You saw Dave Gettleman. They passed on Dwayne Haskins. Dwayne Haskins threw 50 touchdown passes in college, and they passed on him. They passed on Drew Lock. They passed on Will Greer. And so far, the Giants look pretty good in that situation. Now, again, we got to give Dwayne Haskins some time. I think Dwayne Haskins is going to be very good. I do think the Redskins situation is holding him back. But again, just give Dwayne Haskins some time. He started 1 year in college like Mitch Trubisky. Let's see what he looks like in his 3rd year starting. I'm not going to judge quarterbacks until their 3rd season, okay? But so far, the Giants look like that they made the right decision. The Bears look like that risky decision, that decision of the caliber to drop out of college, to trade up for a quarterback that's not all that great, that might have not been as good as Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes in college. They made that decision. And it doesn't look like it's panning out for them. And that's bad. Because I think that, honestly, this draft pick is going to go down as one of the worst draft picks in history. Because I see Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes winning multiple MVPs, winning multiple Super Bowls, throwing for 60,000 passing yards, maybe over 500 touchdown passes if they play long enough. I see a lot of success in playoff wins. And Mitch Trubisky, I see a lot of missed throws. That's what I see. And Deshaun Watson, I think he's a borderline top 5 quarterback right now. He's that good. He's gotten to that level. He's putting up really good numbers. But I don't know if he's quite better than Patrick Mahomes, because Patrick Mahomes' arm talent is unworldly. He's probably the most talented quarterback I've ever seen since Aaron Rodgers, okay? So we'll have to wait and see. I do think Deshaun Watson has a chance to pass Patrick Mahomes, because I've seen Deshaun Watson put great numbers behind the worst offensive line in football. And now that he's getting equal protection to Patrick Mahomes, he's putting up Patrick Mahomes type numbers and doing Patrick Mahomes type things. Okay? But let's say that for whatever reason, Patrick Mahomes ends up being the Michael Jordan of the NFL. Because I've made a video talk about Patrick Mahomes has a chance to be the greatest quarterback of all time if he stays healthy. He's that good. Okay? The Chicago Bulls drafted Michael Jordan number 3 overall. He didn't go 1st overall. You know who went number 1 overall in that draft? Hakeem Olajuwon. And guess what? No one actually bashes the team that drafted Hakeem Olajuwon. You want to know why? Because Hakeem Olajuwon was the safer pick. And he turned out to be pretty good. He wasn't quite Michael Jordan, but that team said, hey, you know, we at least got a safe pick. We know that we're going to be good with this pick. That's how I felt about Deshaun Watson. So even if Deshaun Watson doesn't get to Patrick Mahomes' level, if he never throws 50 touchdown passes like Patrick Mahomes, if he never wins the MVP, I still think you can win a Super Bowl with this guy. And Hakeem Olajuwon, he'll never be Michael Jordan. He will not even be mentioned in the same sentence as Michael Jordan, because Michael Jordan was the GOAT. He is the GOAT to me. But the thing with Deshaun Watson is he could be the Hakeem Olajuwon in that situation, because Hakeem Olajuwon won an MVP and he won 2 NBA titles. So while the team that drafted him did not get Michael Jordan level production, they got enough to where they could say, hey, at least we didn't get a guy like Mitch Trubisky. At least we didn't draft a bust. And the Bears, I'm sorry, up to this point, you will forever regret passing on Deshaun Watson for Mitch Trubisky. It's not even close. And I just think the Bears really messed up. They should have never drafted him. And I just don't think Mitch Trubisky's that great. I don't think he'll ever develop into being great. I just don't see the flashes. I'm rooting for him as a general person, because I'm a genuine person. I love everybody in Jesus Christ. I love everybody. I'm a happy guy. I'm a nice guy. But as a Packers fan, I'm happy because Mitch Trubisky, I mean, dang on it. If Deshaun Watson was in our division, if Patrick Mahomes was in our division, as a Green Bay Packers fan, my heart would sink, because Aaron Rodgers, his Super Bowl opportunity gets so much easier now that Mitch Trubisky is on the Bears, and not Deshaun Watson, and not Patrick Mahomes. And I think it was one of the worst draft picks I've ever seen. I was so sold on Deshaun Watson out of college. I thought Patrick Mahomes. Look, this is the thing about this draft. I could get them passing on Patrick Mahomes because Patrick Mahomes had some turnovers. He wasn't all that great. He did not win a lot in college. He had a lot of errant throws and turnovers. Okay, that's fine. You want to pass on him? That's fine. I did not even see Patrick Mahomes being this great, and I didn't even see him being this great in Kansas City. He landed in the perfect situation. He would not be putting up these numbers on the Bears. I will give you that. But Deshaun Watson was that guy. He played in the same conference as Mitch Trubisky. The scouts that went to the ACC games saw Mitch Trubisky is better than Deshaun Watson. I mean, come on now. Come on. You got it. That's a layup. That was a layup. The Bears will forever regret not drafting Deshaun Watson, and they for sure are going to regret not drafting Patrick Mahomes. Be sure to comment where you agree with me and disagree with me. Love to hear what you guys have to say in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video today. Be sure to smash this like button right now if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to my channel if you're new as well. I do post a ton of great sports videos weekly and almost every single day if I can. A fun fact about me is I want to go into the sports broadcasting and media world. I want to become one of the next great sports broadcasters and analysts out in the world. Kind of like Colin Cowherd, Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharp. You get the point. Okay, I want to do sports, television, and radio for a full living once I graduate from the University of Toledo, a college in Northern Ohio. I currently am a freshman there right now. So the best thing you guys can do to just help me continue to grow as a young broadcaster is to just share this channel with all your friends, because potentially if this channel really gets somewhere, I want to start my own network, okay? Or potentially if it doesn't, or if I fall a little bit short, I want to go into a big time network like ESPN or Fox Sports 1. So the best thing you guys can do to just flat out just help me grow as a broadcaster, help me learn, get other people hip to this channel, just share this channel with all your friends, share this channel on Facebook, share it on Twitter, share it on Instagram, all that good stuff. Also, be sure to follow me on all my social media platforms. And once again, guys, just share this channel with everyone you know. Get everyone hipped and watching these videos. Get my voice out there and heard. Share it on Facebook, share it on Twitter, share it on Instagram, all that good stuff. It's been your boy, Ghiman Mckinney, or you can just call me Juice. I appreciate all you guys for tuning in today. I really do. Have a God blessed day. Stay motivated, you guys, and I'm out.